Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today, we're going to grab the almighty tomato, truly one of the best fruits available to us, even though we treat it like a vegetable, and create a super delicious recipe. We're talking a crispy fried tomato sandwich. And I tell you, this is not your typical fried tomato sandwich, this is the next level, as it's filled with so many great textures and flavors, easy to make, and the best part, done in about 20 minutes. Folks, serve this sandwich next to a handful of chips and a couple ice cold beers, or even some chill club soda, and have yourself the best moment of your day. Alright, let's just jump right into this. I'm going to cut 2 large tomatoes that have been washed and patted dry into rounds that are half an inch thick, which is 1.25 centimeters. For this recipe, I'm using beefsteak tomatoes, but you can use any tomatoes you like. Then we'll add the sliced tomatoes over some paper towels on a single layer, and season them with sea salt on both sides and let them sit there for 10 minutes. By taking this step, that salt's going to extract the water out of the tomatoes. That way once we fry them, the breading doesn't get soggy and you end up with that beautiful crispy texture. In the meantime, let's get the rest of our ingredients ready. Let's begin by making a yogurt alioli. I'm going to add in half a cup of plain Greek yogurt into a bowl, which is 125 grams. I'm using full fat, but you can use any yogurt you like. Then we'll finely grate in 2 cloves of garlic. As always, if you don't have a grater, you can just finely chop them. Add in half a teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 1.25 grams. Squeeze in 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice, which is 5 milliliters. And drizzle in half a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, which is 8 milliliters. Then we'll season with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a whisk until we end up with a beautiful creamy sauce. We'll also add in half a cup of all-purpose flour into a bowl, which is 60 grams. Crack in 1 large egg into a separate bowl. Add in 1 tablespoon of milk over the egg, which is 15 milliliters. And season with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a whisk until it's well mixed together. And finally, we'll add in 1 cup of panko breadcrumbs into a third separate bowl, which is about 60 grams. We'll also add in 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, which is 3 grams. Half a teaspoon of dried oregano, which is half a gram. And a 1/4 cup of grated cheese, which is 30 grams. I'm using a Spanish manchego, but you can use any cheese you like. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together. Okay, let's move back to the slices of tomato. After letting them sit there for 10 minutes and that salt has extracted the water, we'll transfer them over some paper towels, once again on a single layer, and pat them completely dry. And if you see there's too much salt in the slices of tomato, just wipe some of it off. Now before we start breading the slices of tomato, let's start heating the oil. I'm going to heat a fry pan with a medium heat, and add in half a cup of extra virgin olive oil, which is 120 milliliters. Of course, you can use any oil you like here, but I tell you, by using extra virgin gives these tomatoes a beautiful lift of flavors. Either way, link where you get the Spanish one I'm using in the description box below. While the oil is heating, let's start breading the slices of tomato, first in the all-purpose flour, then into the egg wash, and finally into the breadcrumbs. You want to make sure at each stage they're fully coated all around. Then we'll move back to the fry pan. Once the oil is nice and hot, we'll add in our breaded tomatoes. You want to make sure they're on a single layer, so cook this in batches to not overcrowd the pan. And we're going to go between 2 to 3 minutes per side here, until the tomatoes are golden and crispy. And as you finish each batch, transfer them over a wire rack. And if you want to keep them warm while you're cooking the rest of the tomatoes, you just add them into a preheated oven at its lowest setting. While tomatoes are cooking, let's start prepping the bread. I'm going to grab a couple brioche buns and lightly toast them. You can use any bread you like here. Just make sure to lightly toast it. That once you add the ingredients in there, it doesn't get mushy and break apart. Once all the tomatoes have been fried up, let's start assembling our sandwiches. I'm going to spread some of the yogurt alioli on the bottom slice. Then we'll add in some sliced red onions, some romaine lettuce. You can use any lettuce you like here. And one of the fried tomatoes. Then we'll spread some more of the yogurt alioli on the top slice. And place it over the sandwich. Check it out, our crispy fried tomato sandwich is done. Easy to make, the simplest ingredients, and all done in about 20 minutes. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Once again, folks, a crispy fried tomato sandwich. This looks insane. Here we go. Take a bite. This right here is truly comfort food at its best. That tomato has such an incredible texture to it. And the rest of the ingredients, the perfect balance of flavors. Easy to make. You're gonna try it home. Once again, next to a handful of chips and a couple ice cold beers or some chill club soda, you can have yourself the best moment of your day. And also the olive oil that's left over in the pan, use it into a fine sieve and into a heat-proof pitcher. It's gonna clean it up. That way you can use it on future recipes. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Alan M. Hirschman, Emily Hamilton, and Britt Saunders. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. Enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.